Sofrito lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you this week's mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you a classic working class Puerto Rican dish. That's right. The Boricua is eating more Puerto Rican food, and you know what I'm always saying, if all you mukbang folks, all you mukbang lovers and supporters, if y'all can watch 50,000 Korean girls eat ramen by the ton, you can watch 1 ton Puerto Rican guy eat rice and beans. Come on. Mira, un arroz con salchicha. Salchichas for us, this is what they are. They are Vienna sausages, poor people's food. Rice that's been cooked with Vienna sausages. And habichuela negra, black beans. Or for my Cuban friends and Central and South American friends, frijoles negro. But for Boricuas, they're habichuela negra. So here you go, some homemade Puerto Rican food. Here we go. Delicious. Look, oh, and the the beans have been made with some potatoes inside. Stewed beans with potatoes, black beans that have been stewed. They've got some potatoes in them. I've said it like 5 times. I'm sorry. Sofrito lovers, it's been like 2 weeks. How are you? I apologize. Last week was pure insanity, and I was not able to film any mukbangs at all. We had a medical crisis, a medical emergency here in the Bronx, as I have cryptically and vaguely kept it so. We're dealing with some medical issues in my family with my roommate. And last week there was a crisis. Crisis is averted. Things are okay. You know, it's always darkest before the dawn. And last week was kind of scary, but everything is good. And we're all back home. We're all safe. And a little bit wiser, a little smarter, and a little healthier. Here you go. So good. Sofrito lovers, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. It's been 2 weeks. Welcome to any new Sofrito subscribers. Bienvenidos a todos nuevos al canal mío de Sofrito en My Soul. Welcome to my channel. I do story times, I do mukbangs, I talk about food, I talk about life, I talk about love. And I'm going to be doing a lot of talking about this channel. At my job, for those of you who don't know, I work in the nonprofit sector in youth and community and family development. I run an after-school program here in the Northwest Bronx. My agency is a very large nonprofit, and there's a lot of subcommittees and committees and people doing fun stuff within the agency to bring all of us together. And during Black History Month, I contributed to the Black Affinity Group some links to my blog. I always forget to talk about my blog. 10 seconds about my blog. I have a blog that's called sofritoinmysoul.com. It's a food blog. I write restaurant reviews. I embed my mukbangs there. And I also have this channel. So this channel is linked to a blog, Sofrito in My Soul. I write all about food and food reviews and all that good stuff. Go to it, Sofrito in My Soul. The plug is over, mi gente. All of this is hobby. I don't get paid for any of this. I got a job. All the writing, the mukbangs, all of that is just a job. All of that is just a hobby. So I contributed to the Black Affinity list a couple of my blog posts, which were all of the month of February, Black History Month. All of my blog posts were about Black history, Black culinary culture in the United States. So, you know, I posted on the affinity group so they could see what I was posting and, you know, showing, you know, Puerto Rican, Black solidarity, Latinx, Afro-Latinx, Black intersectionality, all that good stuff. So a couple of the people really liked my blog, and someone who writes for my agency's internal newsletter saw my mukbang, saw my blog, and really loved it, and they want to interview me. They're interested in my as she referred to it, my food career. And I was like, I don't know if it's a food career. It's just, you guys know. For those of you who don't know, I'm a foodie. I love food. I especially love, what they call culinary anthropology. I love food history. I love, knowing that these black beans that I'm eating originated in South America, and that through colonization, through transatlantic slave trade, these black beans have been taken all over the world. I love knowing that, these potatoes also come from South America. And again, colonization, cultural exchange, / transatlantic slavery, that potatoes were taken from South America and brought all over the world. And potatoes have become such an essential part of many cultural diets all over the world. And they were cultivated thousands of years ago. And thousands of years ago, the Inca or the Maya or whoever it was that specifically cultivated these potatoes, who knew that, that cultivation thousands and thousands of years ago would have a culinary impact around the world, because, potatoes are like rice. They're everywhere. I love reading about that stuff. I love reading about history. I love learning about the African influence in my food, the Native American influence in my food, the Spanish influence, the Asian influence, the Middle Eastern influence. I love all that stuff. So she wants to talk. She says she can tell I'm really into it. So it's kind of like a little feature. It's gonna be like a little newsletter post. So it feels it's so interesting, because usually at work I'm talking about kids and youth development and youth leadership and parent engagement and all that type of stuff, and now I'm gonna be talking about food. So I'm a little excited. Our agency newsletter goes out to all the GSS programs. So, it won't just be the after school community, it'll be a lot of other communities. And it'll kind of give my blog and my mukbang channel some light. And that's pretty cool. I'm very appreciative for all the folks that have ever, shared my stuff, especially amazing, way more experienced than I, bloggers. Again, I'm talking about people like Dolce Foodie, Suave Boom, Choose, Luke B. Grubbin, Eat with Coral. So many folks that, have engaged with me and have supported me and shared my videos and taken like a baby mukbanger like me. And, there's a ton of you here that are here on this channel because of that. Hey, Sofrito lovers, sorry for the interruption. The roomie needed my support, so I had to go help him. So as I was saying, it'll be nice to get some exposure. And of course, I'm always glad for all of the mukbangers that have supported my channel. I mean, a lot of you are here because of Dolce Foodie, Luke B. Grubbin, Choose, Suave Boom, Eat with Coral. So it's kind of cool, kind of nice to have that type of recognition amongst peers. And it's also different worlds colliding, you know what I'm saying? My foodie world and my foodie world and my professional world kind of colliding. And that seems to be a little bit, collaboration and collision seems to be a little bit of the theme of the week, because not only am I going to get featured, but something else is happening. I recently came into contact with an old colleague who's working with another nonprofit organization very close to this area, doing very similar work. And he remembers that I coordinate a Bronx-wide leadership program that, really teaches elementary school kids to have voice, governance, and choice within their programs. And he reached out to me and was like, hey, you remember me? I'm like, yeah, I remember you. He used to work at another site, but we were friends. And he remembers the youth development program that I was a part of and who I currently co-coordinate from my school. And he's really interested in creating something like that at his school. So he and I have been talking, trading emails, trading texts. Former colleague, I have to admit, he's totally straight. Oh my God. He's so cute though. I used to have a crush on him. Oh god, David Beta just heard me say that and he's fuming right now. For those of you who don't know, my partner's name is David. And according to David, I am not allowed to find any other human being attractive other than him. So, but it's funny because I'm like, oh, I remember sexy Alex. Oh God, digging myself into a deeper grave. But yeah, so the theme of the week, folks, it's only Wednesday, and the theme of the week already is collaboration, collusion, an integration of all sectors of life together. Yeah, so he's interested in creating a youth development group. I'm sorry, a leadership development kind of mini program within his own program. And he really likes the youth council model. And I've been sending him information and having talks with him, and kind of, he's younger than me, so I've been trying to be like, okay, I can mentor you a little bit, but I'm very busy. Ask me specific questions and I can give you specific answers and maybe show you some resources. And it's been a nice little collab each day, little collab. Washing it all down in my well-worn X-Men, Marvel Comics X-Men cup. This used to be the cup that's based on the cover of Giant Size X-Men 1, which introduced Storm, Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and all those new characters. What am I drinking, mi gente? Diet Snapple. Diet Snapple Peach, because that is my favorite. I can drink, a portion of my blood, half of my blood is Coke Zero, and another percentage of it is Diet Snapple. Love it. So yeah, collaboration, coordination, collusion, all of it together. There's certain things colliding. So, things have been good. Things were scary last week. Scary, very sobering. But see, guys, I go straight back to the horror and the tragedy. Things are good. Things are better. Things are as good as they can be, and there's a potential for it to get better. The food is banging. Look at me. And I'm hungry, y'all. I had a very early lunch and barely a snack in the middle of the day, which is not good for we diabetics. So my body was screaming for carbs and for food. Look. Y'all remember I had a nice big full plate. I'm dogging this food down. Mira, sofrito lovers. For those of you that are new, I rarely ever finish food on camera. I do my thing, I talk, it's all great. I want to go back to eating. So sofrito lovers, como siempre, go out there. Go have some culinary adventures. Go have fun. Go taste the world for yourself. Como siempre, buen provecho and mucho love. Mucho amor.